Shalom party people, and welcome to the 12th C. So today I'm going to be doing, on viewer request, a rendition of my balance reaction training videos and deep stretching. This is a zippy Vew-do balance board. It's kind of a skateboard, snowboard training device. It's got a nice little track on it there, and then some grip paper on a barrel that it rolls. And if you've ever been to the circus and seen the dude balance on the tin can and with a board, it's the same thing. I've seen some people make their own out of a golf ball and a 2x4, but you know, I've had that for a hot minute now and it's pretty good. I use a tennis ball. I really like doing some reaction training with my blue tourniquet, and it's nice, and you will hear her voice but you will not see her face. My lovely wife will be tourniquet checking me from time to time, and then she'll also be calling out some random numbers and such. I've got a SIRT, SIRT next level training pistol that is modeled after the G17 setup. The trigger pull is almost identical. It does fire a laser, however the battery's dead, and so I just don't mess with it too much right now. The yoga blocks that I've got and the stretching strap that I have just kind of round everything out. And what I typically do is 15 minutes of balance work, 15 minutes of reaction training, and 15 minutes of deep stretching. And that really pretty well boils out to a nice workout. One last thing that you are gonna see here is I've put numbers on my garage door, and I do take them down, but those numbers are something that can be called out. When that number is called out, then I react to that number. Pretty well done with the shooting, can be done with the ball, can be done by hand if you really want to get crazy with it, kind of like Twister. So typically I will do about 5 minutes of standing balance board work, and there's no penalty for hitting the ground or anything. You just want to be up in the air as much as you can. You can go back and forth, you can hold a position, be off to one side. It doesn't really matter. It's just kind of, you can go back and forth the whole time. The main goal is just develop that balance, get into a good position, hold. So my next balance position, and I'll tend to do it for 4 or 5 minutes. And this is mostly working on push-up balance. Does some good core work. You can do it from the high plank or the low plank. But you can also do push-ups. While you go at it, go off to one side, go off to the other side. And that provides some very nice core stabilization work. So the next balance position is the same thing, but with your hands on the board. Do it off to the side, and work off to the side. Do about 4 or 5 minutes on this one. You can do high plank and low plank. Provides a very fun, unstable workout. Doesn't take very many push-ups to feel the burn. Alright, so we've done our balance work. Gonna transition into some reaction work. I went ahead and I've moved my SIRT pistol into my holster, and my lovely and talented wife, who's running the camera right now, she will say threat.
Threat!
I will draw my handgun, present it, and I will squeeze, pull the trigger. Now, if I was forward thinking, I would have changed the battery, which I don't have right now, and so, ooh, I'm super unprepared. But I will aim at whatever designated number she tells me to aim at. I squeeze, pull the trigger, all that good stuff. So you're not going to be able to see the laser light show, unfortunately. However, basic principle, if she tells me threat, and like number 1, I'll point at number 1, pull the trigger, go ahead, re-index into my holster, all that. And I'm getting the reaction of whenever she tells me that I'm in danger by saying
Threat.
Draw, pull the trigger, do business, whatever I have to do. And I get good draw practice, I get good practice on getting on target, squeezing the trigger. And at this distance, like, there's no excuse to miss, so the fact that I don't happen to have the laser on isn't really that big of a deal. It's more of the kinesthetics of drawing, presenting, squeezing the trigger, anything else. So whenever you're ready, honey, you can tell me threat and a number.
Threat. 4.
Fish for my 3 index and good to go. All right.
Threat. 7.
I can do mag changes, all that good stuff. What I like about this SIRT pistol is the mag is weighted, so it actually drops, does what it's supposed to do, and get on target and aim. And it's also cool because it happens to take the same sights that a Glock does. So fun stuff all the way around. Give me a threat.
Threat. 2.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Do 15 minutes of something like that for the full reaction, or you can just do 5 and move on. So there's other parts to this reaction training that is a whole lot of fun. I can use my holster, I can use other items that I carry. Biggest one being practicing with the tourniquet. Cat Gen 7 tourniquet. I've got reviews of this bad boy, and when I'm told to put a tourniquet on my arm, I know what to do. So, what am I supposed to do?
Tourniquet check. Left arm.
Left arm, easy. Boom, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Do push-ups. She can do another tourniquet check to me, even before I'm restaged.
Right leg.
Tourniquet check, right leg, easy. Bleeding.
Hurry up, you're dying.
I am dying. Look at that. Just pinch there. Boom. Easy peasy, good reaction time. Just on a nice squat. Good jumps. But you can do several minutes of that if you want. Mix all the good stuff in. Last thing I like to train for balance reaction training, you can use a tennis ball, you can use a lacrosse ball, really any ball that'll bounce well. But bounce, intergage, and fumble finger because we're on film, but you can bounce it off of the garage. Catch left and right-handed. All that good stuff. You can do 5 minutes of just really good. I can even be told a number and throw to that number.
3, 2, 8, 4, 1, 6, 2, 3,
Oh,
8,
I have to push up for that one. Next. So moving on into our deep stretch, I like to use these yoga blocks. They help me either lift things off the ground that need to be lifted off the ground, or if I can't go a full distance on something, then they allow me to cut that distance into small little bite-sized pieces. But I like to get some nice deep stretching where I will raise my foot off the ground and lean forward into it and work those hamstrings, work those calves, all that wonderful stuff. Get crazy. Really work into things. You can get those blocks and really go for the ground in there. Lets you get past your toes, which is wonderful. If you don't have a whole lot of flexibility, then it gives you a wonderful spot to rest, and you can build towards really excellent flexibility. So I like working through those at, you know, a minute or two a piece per side. I can use those blocks and really help straighten my back. I can put them at the end of my feet and give myself a target to really reach for on a nice deep stretch. Another wonderful tool to work with is just a piece of nylon webbing that happened to come with these pretty pink blocks, where you can pull in and get a very excellent, very deep stretch. You can work a couple of minutes, one per side, however you end up needing to do it. Just get a nice, good, deep hamstring stretch, deep calf, deep quad. All those words for stretches that I don't know, but find a spot that slightly burns and lean into it. You can get stretches out of using the strap that you would need another person to assist with otherwise, and that makes life quite wonderful to where you can really work those. Get the stretches where, you know, I don't need any equipment and just reach. You know, the sky's the limit with the stretching, and that's wonderful, but there are good tools that can help. You can really pull into what you need. You can get nice wonderful shoulder stretches. So all in all, that's it, and I hope that has answered your question as far as what type of balance reaction deep stretch workouts that I do. I know this isn't full encompassing, and what I like about this is that I can really vary it up. So all in all, go do hard things.